Okay, here we go. Competition makeup tutorial. Okay, we're just gonna start spraying Jordan's face. You don't have to do this. Close your eyes. Just keeping the skin healthy,
Hydrated.
and a little bit of moisturizer. Hello. This acts as a barrier between the skin and the makeup, so your skin stays fresh
And healthy.
Okay. Then we're gonna take. Oh, this isn't open yet.
Oh, I tried to do the eyebrow thing.
Ah.
Can't do it.
Okay. We're gonna take a pump of foundation.
Maybe.
It's coming. It's coming. It's new.
Yeah. We just
There we go. There we go. Okay.
make sure it matches you.
Matches the skin tone. Okay. And then we're just gonna buff it in. Yeah. You can use a brush or a sponge, whatever works for you. And then take it down the jaw a little bit so it blends. And you can go in with a light hand, and then if you feel like you need more, just do little layers. This is kind of gorgeous. It's not orange. 10%. No. Okay, this might not work. We might have to use your phone.
Mine's the same thing. I think I have a charger though.
Okay, well, we'll keep going, and we might have to start over.
Maybe a part 2. You could probably do that.
Yeah, we could. When you do the nose, you want to make sure that you get it nice and in the
Nose creases.
creases.
I missed that when I was doing my makeup for something. It looked really good. All one color.
You're all one color, so you look a little
Less.
unhuman, but
Yeah, but it's normal for.
okay, so there we have our nice base for everything. If you want to take a little bit of concealer for the under eye, you can, but it's not a required step. Or a little around the nose.
Especially like right here, because
Anywhere where it's still a little discolored.
this color correcting things are really weird though. Look at this.
I do a little bit on the eyelid too, just so it's all the same color to help the eyeshadow pop a little bit more. Okay, then we're going to take
I'm all one color.
your bronzer.
Eyes are coming
You're gonna suck in your cheeks
like a fish.
like a fish.
I can't.
Yep, and then go turn to the side. Brush it up towards the ear. So then that way when you stop the fish face, it still looks the same. So, you want to make sure that you go all the way up into the ear, and you don't want to bring it too far close to the mouth. We want to keep that part,
Would not look good.
because then it's going to make the skin look kind of dirty. Then we're gonna take the foundation brush or your sponge and just kind of blend it a little bit so we don't have harsh lines. Blend. And then Jordy's going to smile. And you're gonna take your blush on the apples of the cheek. Again, try not to get too close to the nose. It's right on the cheeks. On the cheeks, and then you can blend up a little bit too. Circle and up. And then same thing, blend it a little bit out. And just like with the eyes, if it looks like you could go out and people wouldn't think that you look funny, it's not enough. Okay, so now the face is done. And we're gonna take our tape.
I'm scared of the tape.
And go from the corner of the eyelid up to the eyebrow.
It's cool tape.
So everybody's angle is going to be a little bit different because we all have different faces. But it's your natural shape that we're looking for. A little hair. Okay. So we're going to start with a kind of big brush, do the YouTube thing. And we're gonna take the lightest brown shade in your moonlit palette. And she's gonna close her eyes and go windshield wiper all the way across. Making sure we get all the way to the tape. Yeah, oops. Windshield wiper all the way in and all the way out. Same thing on the other eye. All the way in, all the way out. And you can always add more as we go. And we're not getting this on the lid, it's just above the line, above the crease, to help the eye open up. Okay, I'm going to take a little smaller brush and go in with the medium brown. This one's going to go about halfway along the lid and out. The same thing, that windshield wiper going all the way to the tape, but halfway. And the other eye. Halfway and out. I should have done. Okay, we'll take an even smaller brush with the darkest shade. And this one's just gonna go on the outside section and then a little down along the lash line, so you're making a little V. Turn this side a little bit. So up and then down to the lash line. So we have the lightest, medium, and then darkest. Same on the other side. And with this, we do want it a little heavy. So it shouldn't look school appropriate. There you go.
It'd be funny if I wore this to school.
Okay, then with a wet brush, I'm gonna use this little teeny tiny guy. We're gonna get that wet, not super wet, because you don't want it clumpy when it goes on the eye, just a little bit. And we're gonna take the white shadow and scoop some up. And then instead of windshield wipering, we're gonna pat it on the eye from the inside out. And this should just go on the eyelid. Like so. And it should still be wetted. Whoa, got a lot. Okay. Then we take off the tape, and you can see that we've made a straight line. Okay, just to help blend that, where the tape was, go ahead and take your foundation brush, because it might have taken some off. And blend away any tape lines. Okay. Now we're going to, don't be scared, I'm good at this.
I'm not very sometimes.
Okay, so we're gonna follow the tape line, and we're gonna go up about halfway along the line and to the lash.
And keep it shut.
You can open. Turn to the side a little bit. There you go. This should be straight. It shouldn't be curved up. Following that line nice and straight. So from the corner up about halfway. Then we're gonna go, close your eyes, and go as close to the lashes as we can. You should have gotten your new liner. No. Once we've gone all the way across, then we're going to go from the point, close your eyes, and then go in. So we've made like a triangle, and then we're filling it in. Okay, stay nice and super close. Turn to the side. So from where this tip is, we're gonna go, and this is hard, from here and then down to make a little triangle. And then when we're done lining the eye, then we'll fill that in. Okay. Fill it in. and then go all the way across. There's no more eyeliner. But pretend we went all the way across.
Right now. Is it all the way out?
Yeah. I tried it on my hand.
That looks funny now.
Okay, so this is the eye that's done. And so that last flick should look like the last lash of your eyelashes. So everything's going up to keep the eyes open. Okay, then for eyelashes, to make sure that nobody's getting poked in the eye, measure the lash. So, and then the short, I don't think, there's a short end and a longer end. The long end goes on the outside. So I'm gonna hold this up to Jordan's lash.
It's not fun when it pokes you in the eye.
No. And measure it. Actually, this one will work well. So some of them will be a little long and some of them won't need to be cut.
Yeah,
So this
the 105
works for you.
works for me
Yeah.
pretty well.
We're gonna take our glue and just do a fine little bit. Too much glue is a problem, and they won't dry. It'll stay slippery for too long. So even with this fine line being painted on, we're gonna let it sit for a second so it gets tacky. Then instead of going from up down onto the lashes, you want to stick it straight into it rather than coming down. So that way it really blends into the natural lash. Okay, close. Get it as close to the center as you can, and then press it in. Oops. Sometimes I use my fingertips to put it on, but sometimes it helps to take a tweezer or something and press it in so the glue doesn't get stuck to your fingers. And then open.